I'm going to send this link to Discord, maybe. Hi, Jamie. I just got the link posted over on Discord. How are you? I think I'm going to start a picture in this book, Julia Spiri. I'm doing good. I think I'm still wore out from the weekend. It was a good weekend, though. Hi, Marilyn. Messed up my chat screen. For heaven's sakes. Trying to fix it. Hi, Terry Lynn. Thank you all for coming. So yeah, I think I'm going to color picture in this book by Julia Spiri, The Enchanted World. Hi, Angela. And I had one more item that I was waiting on as part of the birthday goodies. And it came this morning, and it is this book. So the Darling Collection Portraits by Kelly Horton, hardback. Thought it was cute. She's got a bunch of books I want to check out. Hi, Angie. And I'll be doing a flip of this book later on. So, but yeah, I got that. And since I actually got this book for my birthday, I'm able to join in on the community color along on that page. So, okay, Angela, I understand. So I'm going to, well, I started last night that the picture for that color along in the Daydreams book. I'm trying to remember the hashtag that was picked for it. I think I might have possibly wrote it down. I wrote it down and I'm not going to remember where it's at. Well, thought I had it wrote down, like I said. remember, does anybody here remember what the hashtag is for the Daydream color along? This one? Tanya's from Appetite for Coloring. So I just cannot remember the official hashtag. I wrote it down someplace and I cannot find it for the life of me. Yeah, I want to start one for that too, Terry Lynn. I think the one I'm going to do in here, let's see if I can break this a little more, is this picture. Girl and her ladybug friend. Too far. Hang on, y'all. Take you on a ride. Thank you, Angela. I think I'm going to start on the ladybug. My screen's all small, so it looks funny to me. So to everybody here here that's in the U.S. and celebrates the 4th of July, did y'all have a good 4th of July weekend? You put Tammy's up, Angie. Trying to think. I think Shell put one up. I know Tammy did for the color anything Japanese. And then there's the color long one. If I remember correctly, Tammy's the color Japan in July was either an image or artist. So, and I don't know why I said it. That's so weird. Artist. Okay. Yeah, I knew it was going to be something Julia. I just didn't know if I hadn't seen. I think I'm missing some people's posts and things on Instagram, honestly. I don't feel like I've been seeing stuff from the regular people that often. I feel like I've been seeing a lot more ads. You know, if I go and Google search something or even on Amazon search something, whatever product it was, I feel like when I go to my Instagram, it's a bunch of ads for things that I had been looking at or looking up instead of people's actual post. Oh, okay, Angie. I didn't know people was putting up the list like that there. Oh wow, Terry Lynn, did you? Yeah, we had a good show. That was fun. And the plans for next year have already begun. They want to add more stations and get things in sync more. And we've only got the one remote detonator, so they want to get more remote control detonators. I think I'm going to have t-shirts made up for the guys next year. As far as the guys, my husband and a few of his buddies that made it all happen, really. The kids were certainly thrilled too. The guys, they feel like they have to outdo themselves now. So every year they're going to be like in competition with themselves to outdo it. And yeah, but they have so much fun. They're like a bunch of kids out there. My daughter, she went back there earlier in the day to where things were being set up and stuff and got something out of our truck for me. And she come back and she says, Dad and the guys down there are just smiling and giggling about like a bunch of little girls. That's what I said. Them's a bunch of boys waking up Christmas morning right now. They are so tickled. I did it, if I understand the question, Terry Lynn, I did it live on Instagram the night it was going on. And then from there, I just saved it and posted it on YouTube. Some of these I'm working with. I need to find my. I need a pencil extender. See this? Ooh, that's the one I just took out. I try to work them things down as much as they'll go. It is cute. She's got adorable eyes. I think there's restrictions in my area too, Maryland, but not a lot of people. It's kind of like no one follows those rules. I like a lot of Julia Spiri's stuff. I have actually, I have 5 of her books, and there's only one other one, which is like this critter thing one, which is super cute, and I don't know why I don't have it already. So there's only one of her books I don't have. The only thing I don't like is the paper. Yeah, I don't like the paper. But there's 2 images printed in every book. So the blank ones I plan on coloring in the book and making copies from the blank ones. That way I can print it on paper that I want. Which I already have this image uploaded, and I could have printed it out. It just now dawned on me that this is one I have printed out, or well, put in a file to print anyway. Oh yeah, Marilyn, it is. Hopefully my little ladybug gonna turn out right. Oh, that's not nice, Jamie. Hi, Joe. Welcome. And we're fortunate. We have some land, and then friends of ours, they have some. And this time we went to their place and let it off in their backyard, which wasn't going to disturb anyone as far as falling on anybody's houses, that's for sure. It was back in the middle of the field. The weather was really nice too. It did peak, and we had a bit of a heat hitting us. Nothing that bothered me, but it cooled off really nice. And then Sunday we went to my birthday dinner, so I got to go. I had my cheesecake factory finally. My first time there. It was really good. Food was really good. And the cheesecake was excellent. It was so good. We were sitting there eating our dinner, and my daughter's like, I want to come here for my birthday. So we will be going again, that's for sure. So that was super yummy. The cheesecake, yes. And I wish I didn't eat any normal food. Hi, Sassy. I wish I wouldn't have had any normal food and just um, ate different cheesecakes. That's so bad. But I will say that I got this particular peanut butter cheesecake. Oh gosh, it was so good. And they were a lot bigger pieces than I was expecting. I thought they was going to be the normal restaurant, nice slender little slither of it type of thing. And no, these were big old pieces. So I was surprised by that. Oh, I can't decide what's going on in her arm here. If it's going to be a black circle, if it's going to be part of her hair. I think it's just going to be ladybug. Partly. I don't know. That much. I think it's funny that they're already started their plans. Oh yeah, but after we went to the Cheesecake Factory, we went to our good friend's place, and on the corner from them, which is like we can sit at the end of their driveway and watch these fireworks. And it's from there's a big huge church there on the corner, and they started, gosh, back when we were kids, they started letting off fireworks. And we'd watch them from the driveway right there because it was like front row seat basically. And every year they've gotten bigger and better and bigger. And so we were out there after the Cheesecake Factory and we watched that fireworks show, which did not disappoint. And then the kids are like, are we going to watch more fireworks anywhere? Like, no, that's it this weekend. You'd think they'd have enough. I want to see. There was at our little gathering, it was there was somebody there, like one of my friend's daughter's boyfriend, fiance, whatever, and had a drone. And they did aerial video of the fireworks. I want to see that. I haven't seen them post it or anything. We have an amusement park not far from us. It's a pretty big place. It's called Kings Island. And one of the rides there, I'm sure they have them in other places. It's called Wind Seeker. It's like these giant chairs. They go up in the air in a circle and they go way real super high. And then you come back down. It's kind of like an adult swing kind of thing. But it doesn't drop you. There's no fast drop or anything like that. But once you get up to the top where this ride is located, every night when the park closes, the last thing they do before official closing is they let off fireworks. And so this ride is really close to where when they let the fireworks off, where they are in the sky. And so one year I had my daughter go with me over there. Me and her got the last ride up on it. And as we were at the very, very top of the ride, they started letting the fireworks off, which was all part of my awesome mommy plan. And they were like eye level with us, but we were in the air with them. It was really cool. And so we spent almost the whole fireworks show in the air with the fireworks on the ride. But I had it all timed and planned out that way just for my daughter to throw her, and she was impressed. Hi, Tammy. been using Prismas, by the way. Deco Pink. I don't even know what this was. Not going to know the numbers and the name are fine. Cadmium Hue Orange. I don't know. Number got gone with it too. Do other people's Prismas do that? I feel like I've lost the numbers and stuff off of my Prismas more than any. I don't think any other pencils rubbed off on me. Kids all like, what are we doing this coming weekend? What are we doing now? What's next? What's next? I'm like, cleaning. That's what's next. And they just looked at me like, what? Like, yeah. We're not going anywhere this weekend. We're going to stay home. We're going to take care of our regular business. Clean things up. Got some yard stuff I want to do. Then I got early next week, I got some family from Florida that are flying into town. They're going to come stop by and see us because they haven't. Their family that's related to my bird, basically, is my aunt and uncle that had. So some of you know that I have 2 blue and gold macaws and a Congo African gray. So the oldest macaw, Rocky, he is 40. And my grandpa was the original person that got him. And then my grandpa passed away. And then Rocky and my grandma started living with my aunt and uncle, and they took care of them. My grandma passed away, and my aunt and uncle still took care of Rocky. And then they retired and relocated down to Florida, and they wanted me to take over. They kind of like, tag you're it now. And so then I took over. So I'm 3rd generation to have him with me. So yeah. So that aunt and uncle are the ones that are coming in from Florida. And so Rocky used to live with them. And of course, he, known them his whole life anyway. So it's like his family's coming too. So they're going to see Rocky and see my new house for the first time and all that fun stuff. Kids are going to be begging them to smuggle them back to Florida in their suitcase. They want to go back down there so bad they can't stand it. I had a different uncle up from Florida. I don't know, last week, I guess, I don't know. The week my dad got out of the hospital, he came up to see me and my dad. They did the same thing to him. Take me back with you. Did you drive or fly? I want to go back to Florida. I don't blame them. I want to go back too. I miss the beach. I feel like every time I'm live, my throat gets so dry. I can sit around here yakking off camera and not have that problem. Hey, Mandy. Thanks for coming. Hi, Aspie. coloring some Julia Spiri. Making my first pass on this ladybug. I'm going to grab this Lumi Crimson Azurin, $5.89. I think it said Azurin. Hi, Country Gal. Give me my sip of my tea. If I'm not drinking sweet tea, I'm drinking this tea. It's always convenient just to go grab a bottle. I feel like summer is flying by. My daughter said something about that too. She can't believe they're going to be starting school already next month. Well, hi, Patty. Did ya? It's a cute little book. I told her she's right, though. It does seem like it's been going fast, and I don't think they should have to go back in August. I think they shouldn't start until September. August is still part of summer. Trying to reposition in my chair. Need to get that worked out. I think that's my next coloring purchase priority is going to be getting a chair. I'm using an old kitchen chair, and it's from a kitchen set that's from like the 1950s. It's super small and super uncomfortable, and it's starting to bother me. And for a while, I've been like, it's okay. I'll make do. I'm good. But I'm about over it now. That's what my setup has been since we've moved. You know, Jamie, I think if that I don't think they should worry about snow days anymore. I think they should just snow day is an online day type thing. I know they did get on some snow days this year, even though they were remote. I was like, what? I didn't get it. I'm like, I mean, I didn't care, but like, I mean, it's fun hoping with the kids, you know, and you do all the flush ice cubes and wear your pajamas backwards and all that type of stuff that you do as a kid, rooting for a snow day the next day. And so we had fun with all that stuff, but I was confused why they're remote and they're getting snow days. Like we don't have to worry about that, people. It's all good. They can handle it. They're good. But they did anyway, so you know, whatever. They were thrilled and enjoyed it, and that's fine. Um, but I'm trying to think. Let's see. One week they had 4 days off in one week, and then the following week I feel like they had another 4 days off because of snow this past year. I feel like they had any other ones. I'm dreading going school clothes shopping. Mostly with my daughter. My son, not so much. It's all good there. Now, for us, Angie, it was the way they started off this past school year, the whole entire school was on remote. So all of the teachers were. And they had a different teacher for each class that they went through throughout the day in their Zoom classes. But then after the holiday breaks, um, the school went back. But anybody who wanted to stay remote had the option of staying remote, and ours stayed remote. And so there were a handful of teachers that stayed remote also, and those teachers basically split up the grades and split up the classes. And so they would have the same teacher as like sort of home base, homeroom, whatever. And then they'd have that same teacher for a couple of their classes and then switch to another one instead of like a different teacher for each class. But they had access to each individual teacher for each individual class, should they want it or need it or ask for it or whatever type thing. which for the most part, we chose to stay remote for a few reasons. One, we moved, and although it put them out of district, they have open enrollment, so they could continue to go there. Only there was no transportation provided. So that made it not that it was undoable, but it just made it a lot more inconvenient to not have bus services. So that was one reason. But then also a bigger reason, honestly, from the get-go of the end of 2020 school year, so for the last year and a half on remote, both of my kids, they did so much better on remote. I mean, they were really just almost like more devoted to their educations in a sense. I don't know how to explain it, but they just shined better on remote. That's a good way to put it. For them, it's been really a good thing. Now, the new school that they're going to be going to, they have the option to stay remote. I found out when looking in enrolling them in a new school, they were offering remote as part of the school way before all of the craziness happened. So the option is still there, and I don't know that we wouldn't go back to it, but they are going to go back to in person. My daughter's, it's her first year of high school. And it's just, there's a lot that goes with that she can't get if she's at home. So hopefully it'll work out. Hopefully they'll continue to do as well as they did at home, honestly. And I think they will. I think new school is going to help that also. Hopefully. Never know. Yeah, you'll see cars in ditches all over the place around here too, Jamie. Yeah, I don't think this paper could take much more layers. This last layer of this cadmium orange is what's going to be the last layer. Or else I'm going to be pushing it too much with this paper. Been trying to figure out what else I'm going to color. So I know I'm gonna work on that picture in Daydreams. I'm gonna do some Julia Spiri. I'm gonna do some Sherry Baldy, which I already have a Sherry Baldy picture done. I did one of those Monday, I think, yesterday. I think it was. I just have to paint out the background. It's done otherwise. I'm going to be coloring at least one, but I'd like to do more than one Christmas picture for Christmas in July. Then I got to pick something Japanese. I want to do that one. Got a couple ideas in mind. I just haven't decided on one specific image yet. But it's either going to be, I thought about that Ken Matsuda, either that book or an Ikuko book. Then there was a couple other images I thought about too. There's one in that new Color and Beauties book that I just did I put up a flip through of that new book by Color and Chicks. And there was a couple pictures in there I had seen when I did my book flip, because that was kind of like the first time I saw inside of it, of Japanese ladies, that I thought, ooh, more options. I know, right, Tammy? Like, man. But I see everybody else, they get like 10, 15 pictures done. And I'm like, wow. I'm always amazed at, everybody gets so many pictures done. I'm just like, I got 6 done for the month of June. Womp, womp, womp. Nah, it is what it is. I'm not too pressed about it. I do want to try to participate and do some things, but I don't put too much pressure on myself about trying to pump out a large number of pictures. You get done what I get done. I'm just trying to focus more on, trying to participate in a lot hashtags or color alongs at least. Hi, Kelly. Thanks for coming. That's what I'm saying, Jamie. I wish I could do nothing but color sometimes. But when I do, there's always something that needs me, or somebody that needs me, and something that needs done, and whatever. There's always something. And the kids, they still want me to do stuff with them. They might be 10 and 14, but they, when they ask me to maybe watch them, can we find a movie and watch a movie together, or play a game, especially play games, or read. When they want me to do that stuff, it's like, I might tell them, okay, let me finish this one little bit as whatever that I'm wrapping up a little section. But other than that, I'm not going to be like, well, I'm not going to go play checkers or a board game with you guys or whatever, because I'm this. I mean, if they tried to come at me like right now, which they would never, because they just wouldn't. But if they would, I'd be like, back up. You better wait a minute. I'll get at you as soon as I finish this, But on my own time and general stuff, my son, he is obsessed with checkers right now. Still kind of takes it hard when he gets beat, which is more times than not. But tell him you got to study what the other person is doing so you can learn why they're beating you and use it against them, basically. Pick up their, technique to outplay them. I figure one day they ain't going to be asking me to do much of nothing. So I better suck it all up now while I still can. This is where, if I just turn this upside down, I can get at this without covering you up so much. So I have this dog, and she's afraid of fireworks. And they were covered, though, as far as they didn't sit in the house. They weren't scared because they didn't hear nothing that was going on. I had that drowned it out for them. But my husband was sitting there watching the video of the fireworks that I posted, because he hadn't really seen it yet. I mean, he was there, and he was lighting stuff off, so it's kind of a different perspective, I guess. So he wanted to see how I saw it. So he's watching, and she's sitting on the couch, and she just all of a sudden, the whistler type fireworks started going off and stuff. And she sat up, and her ears perked up, and she got down. She was real close, and she just stared at the TV almost the whole entire 40-minute show, twisting her head back and forth, but she wasn't scared. So it's like it's the first time she's actually looked at fireworks and seen what was making the noise that she's always been afraid of. And she just and eventually she laid down. She still watched, but she laid down. And I checked her to see if she was showing any signs of being scared and stuff. And she was completely cool. And I'm like, man, wouldn't it be great if now that she visually seen what the thing is that makes all those noises, if the next time, like, say she's outside and somebody let a bottle rocket off down the street or something, it didn't scare her anymore. That she just can would relate it to what she saw. I don't know if that's how it's going to work out in the dog's mind or not, but I'm thinking, man, that'd be great if she just didn't have to be scared no more that she's seen what makes the noise. Yeah, that's what I figure, Angie. I mean, it's already went by fast. I feel like I was changing diapers and I blinked, and now there's, one starting high school and one that's about to end his elementary days, even. He's got one more year left. He just thinks it's crazy that after this year, he ain't going to get recess no more. Me, I'm still whimpering about, I can't believe you're big enough to even be in school. I'm the mom that takes her kids to sleepaway camp for a week in the summertime, not this summer or last summer, but other summers, and drop my kids off for drop them off at camp and cry and blubber pretty much the whole time they're gone. Like super happy that they're having a fun and they're doing all kinds of fun things, but missing on something bad too. Wishing they was home with me. I just feel more at peace when my kids are at home with me, honestly. I know where they are and what they're doing. But I know like them going to camp and stuff like they have is a good thing for them, and they was having fun, and I had to just deal with it. But I didn't like it. My husband made fun of me the whole time, teasing me, telling everybody she's been crying since we dropped them off. Stop being so quiet. I got swatching to do. I want to swatch my new goodies too. The gelatos and king arts that I got for my birthday. I guess I'm going to do it like I did the ink tints, where I show them um, dry and wet versions on the paper in the book. Yeah, but see, a day apart, I could probably manage a lot better. But when we take them to camp, they go for a week, and there's no contact, and that drove me absolutely bonkers. Like, I said it the whole time. I told them, I told the camp people, I'm like, I will handle this a lot better if I can just speak to them once a day for like 5 minutes or less. That's all I need. I just need to hear their voices and them say, I'm fine. I'm doing fine. All's good. Loving it. Talk to you tomorrow. That's like all I need. And they're like, no. They laughed at me, and I'm like, Now you were able to write them like an email thing, and they would the next day, like pass out mail around camp, and the kids would get your little, your letter, and but they couldn't respond. So the whole entire time, I didn't get the like thumbs up, I'm okay, mom type thing that I needed. That's what I needed, really. I just, just needed to be able to tap in and know. And I couldn't get that. And it drove me crazy. I almost went in that place a couple times. Like, I need to see my kids. But my kids said that most of the other kids, they didn't get a letter or note every day from their parents, and when they did, it was only like 1 or 2 sentences. And I wrote my kids. They got like actual letters. Every day they had one. And I asked them, I said, did that embarrass you, or was you cool with it? Did you look forward to it, knowing, that you'd have one, or, how'd you feel about that? And they liked it. And they said that the other kids seemed like they thought it was cool or whatever, that I bothered, basically. So I was like, okay. Because I wasn't going to stop anyway. But, I just told them important stuff, daily happenings. Your dog misses you and says that they love you and hello. All kinds of stuff. I think Dad got the biggest kick out of it all, honestly. He laughed quite a bit at me over that. Yeah, I try to balance it to where I'm not too overbearing, overprotective stuff, but I don't want to be too, I don't know. I don't know where I'm at on the scale, but I'm trying to be not too much either way. But I'm definitely going to be some of both. But no, yeah, and I agree too, Jamie. That's just, peace of mind is all it is. And it doesn't, I mean, how troublesome is it to offer peace of mind? I mean, that's priceless. So it shouldn't be a big deal to call your mom. I'll be the same way with my kids. Just let me know you're okay. Look at how old they are. Because once a mom knows, we can somewhat let it go and have our peace of mind and move on with our day. That's all we want. We want to move on from it just as much as the kid does. That's why I expect the same thing from my husband. You gonna be late? Let me know. You leaving the house and going somewhere? Tell me bye. say, oh, I'll be back in time for dinner, or hey, I'm not going to be back in time for dinner. Don't bother waiting on me. I mean, it's just, I'm not his mommy. He ain't got to check in, but, let me know what's up so I know what's going to be up on my end. I feel you there, Joe. I feel that way about me and my husband with my grandma, who was like a mom to me, and his mom, who I was super close with. We've lost both of them ladies now, and we had to do the same thing for them. Give them the courtesy check-ins, especially when they knew we were gone and stuff. And I wish we were still doing that. Yeah, we had friends, because it was after midnight when we got home Saturday night from big barbecue. We swam. Well, I didn't, but the kids swam, and I played volleyball, and there was cornhole and horseshoes and all kinds of stuff going on. And my bestie called me to check and make sure we made it home okay. I laughed and I told her I was about to call her to make sure, or text her. I would have make sure that they got home okay. Just checking on everybody. About it bothered me to hold it. It's too short. It's not super bad, but it's not comfortable no more. Oh yeah, and you see, yeah. And if he tipped you off, could have went and done your own thing, threw his stuff in the oven, said, "Go find your plate when you get there." I've explained that to my husband, like, I don't have to now. He knows after all these years, but I told him, explained it to him. It's like, geez, because I'm like that. I'll have, if he's working regular hours and things, he's supposed to be home at a regular supper time. I will try to have supper timed out to where almost ready to eat when he gets home. And that's the least I can do. He goes out and works and provides and keeps me happy. So I will cook and feed him. If he's gonna be home in time, let me know. Okay. We have some wingage done. Now, see again. I'm in a situation where y'all seeing a lot of my pencils are getting pretty short. I've got a cart going now of open stock pencils for some, let's see, some Lumis, some Prismas, some Pablos, some Polys, and some Lightfast. And I'll be having to put that in soon for my replacement stash. But I still haven't even got the Lightfast set. Oh, gosh, that is driving me crazy. I'm sitting at, what is it? July 26th or the 28th. I think it's the 26th. In stock July 26th. Now, mind you, I ordered back in April, and my first date give to me for them to be in stock was May 11th. And now I'm at July 26th. So, just going to be patient. Then I was going to cancel it, order the 72 set, and order the remaining pencils individually to get up to have the complete 100 set. So I checked the dates of all of that, and it's like some of those are out of stock until late July and stuff. And I'm like, there were only 3 of those pencils that were right now available. And so I'm like, I may as well just wait. So I'm waiting it out still. But every day it crosses my mind. Should I cancel and just order everything the other way? Oh, absolutely, Angie. Yeah. We still got to make a birthday phone call today, too. It's my sister-in-law's birthday. Kids want to, well, her and my nephew called me and sang happy birthday to me on my birthday. My kids want to call and sing happy birthday to her. She's been at work. We've been waiting a little bit longer. And she'll be off work. And then we can call her. Something else. I haven't seen her. Haven't seen her yet. She has a birthday gift for me. So I don't have that stuff with me yet. But she sent me a picture. Let's see if you can see it. So it's this dragonfly hook. Stupid ring. Dragonfly hook and a couple stones and a Harley poker chip. I don't know. But anyway, the stones are sandstone and agate. They know that I'm into my rocks and crystals and stuff. And my little nephew, who is 6 now, he is into it. And I started getting him those like geode sets where you can bust open your own geodes. And then there was this other dig set that I got him where he got to dig through this clump of dirt and kind of excavate his own crystals out. But they were already like tumbled, polished type stones. Got to get him out there and get him digging up some rough, real stones. But he's into it, so he knows I'm into it, and I'm getting him that stuff. So now he's picking that type of stuff out for me for my birthday presents, which I think is super sweet. I told him I'm going to get him a chunk of his birthstone, which is aquamarine, in a raw form. Nice, decent chunk of it. He's all excited. My kids are into it too, and along with the fossils and stuff. So they each have their own beginnings of collections going on. Matter of fact, I'm looking for a corner curio cabinet for my son's room for his stuff because the cats are mostly in his room and they sleep in his room and all that business. So I worry about them walking on shelves or on top of dressers and knocking off his crystals and stuff, and that would not be good. So his are still packed up until we get the corner curio cabinet so we know they'll be safe. But I already got my daughter a curio cabinet. That worked out perfect. So she's got her goodies set up in that. She's got her crystal collection and her shark teeth and megalodon teeth that she has, and a shark jaw and a baby shark in a jar and like all kinds of stuff. Like she's got a whole display going on. We haven't gotten any new stuff lately because we usually go to like rock and gem and mineral shows. Sometimes the flea market, but we haven't been to any of those places in a little over a year. And I bet y'all know why. So yeah, we want to go to a mine. We've got some mines pinpointed on a map in several different places where we want to go to an open to the public mine and dig up our own crystal chunks. There's a couple in North Carolina that are really good amethyst places. There's a place in New York for Herkimer diamonds. It's the only place in the world you can get Herkimer diamonds, actually. And they have it open to the public, which I think is cool. Oh, nice, Tammy. You'll have to show that on one of your streams. I'd love to see it. It's something I need to get a chunk of aquamarine for my collection too, because I've got a little over 100 different pieces, and that is one I don't have. And that's good, Country Gal. I said mine are 14 and 10, so they both are. They both still like me. Most of the time, anyway. They both still want to do stuff with me and be around me. We've always been pretty super close, honestly. And matter of fact, they don't, other than the camp, other than sleepaway camp, they've never been apart from me. They don't, no. My son has been to our good friend's house and stayed all night with his buddy there, which is a friend of his, obviously. We're all friends. And his parents, me and my husband, we've grown up since we were kids with his parents. And now our kids are friends. And I think it's 3 times he stayed all night at their house. And that's a lot. And my daughter, she stayed all night with my niece maybe about 3 times too in her life. And that's it. They don't know. When there's slumber parties, it's here at my house. Everybody comes here. So when they all get older, and I mean, geez, when they're older and not even home anymore, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. It's going to be so weird. I mean, obviously, I'm going to color uninterrupted. I'll have that going on. But I mean, it's going to be really weird when they get old enough to be moved out the house and stuff. It's going to be like, what? It's going to be so quiet. I've already told my husband, I don't know if I can, I'll be able to handle it. I told him, I said, we might have to, if we don't get into it before that time period, I'm like, we might have to get into some foster care work or something, and have us a couple kids in the house, just because it's gonna be really weird not having kids at home no more. Even imagine. Well, thank you, Jamie. You take care, and I'll see you around. I remember before, like when I was a kid, or when I was just younger, before I had my kids, people would talk about the empty nest syndrome and all that, those issues, and I'm thinking, is it really that bad? Like, aren't you happy to be like, I don't know, have your freedom back or whatever, basically, however you want to put it, just to do what you want, when you want, how you want, flow to, as much as that's possible. And now that I'm here in life with a teenager, thinking about how fast time goes and how soon it'll be that they'll both be gone, I'm like, oh, that's a thing. That's real. That's serious. They weren't joking. If I feel like it's going to be that bad right now, I can only imagine when it's a reality in my world how bad it's going to feel. It's depressing. So that's the start of my bug. I'm going to black out her face. I'm going to give her some green eyes. Let's see. Some polys. I think I'm going to do her eyes and then move on to my little girl here. I've seen that happen to a lot, Marilyn. People who think they're not the kid one, and that's who the kids pick. I think it's sweet. I have not been getting eyes to work out the way I want them to. I think the kids like it when we all do stuff together the most. Good thing is they can do some stuff by themselves. I mean, they'll both go off and sit and read, especially my daughter. She loves to, have a little quiet time and just dive into one of her books. My son, he can play by himself. I think they like that time just because they're not alone a lot. We do a lot together or with other people. So when they get to have a little me time or whatever you want to say, they take advantage of it or appreciate it. I try to keep them busy too, though. That way they do appreciate those down days. And they do want to have some time to just relax and stuff. Not always go, go, go. This last year and a half, whatever. It's the slowest we've ever been in their whole lives. Sometimes it gets to them, and most of the time they're doing all right with it all. But before all this mess, man, we'd be doing something practically every single day of the week. Now that's through summertime stuff, like school season. That's a little different, but not that we didn't do anything. But summertime is when we would be booked up. We had a couple different lakes in the same week, and we always had all season passes to the amusement park and just all of that stuff going on. And so it was a lot of go, go, go. They've learned how to chill, chill, chill. We've went and done, but it's been cut back and limited. Now, mine liked their school field trips that they would do, but we were always chaperones. And, almost all of them, my husband was the chaperone because that was the kids' pick. Because they're with me more than anything because he works like he does. And so in enough advance, he's able to pre-plan and plan around it and go on that. So he would be the school chaperone for all their different field trips and things. The only one he missed was a Boy Scout thing. They went to an Air Force museum. And And I was going to go, but my son picked Pawpaw instead. And I said, that's just perfectly fine. You boys enjoy your stay. Which my daughter wanted to go too, so we ended up taking our own trip there as a family. And it's free to get in and everything, so that's a pretty cool place. Huge. I think that's what sparked her interest in space and NASA even more, honestly. So she might be a marine biologist astronaut. We shall see. Now, see, that was the thing. If you want, they had a choose system also, but like, so you submitted your ticket to be in the draw, and they did, I guess, like an out of the hat type of drawing to pick what parents got to be the chaperones. But we were always pretty much guaranteed to get to be the chaperones because one, the teachers knew that all the kids knew who we were and they liked us, and especially my husband. It's a super, super small place we moved from with a super, super small school. So everybody knows everybody and all that good stuff. But there weren't enough parents that would volunteer to be a chaperone. So anytime you did volunteer, you were pretty much in there because they didn't have enough people to even volunteer. And that was for class parties or any other school events and helping out. Like my daughter did drama and putting on the plays and assisting with some of their stuff. They were always short. There just wasn't enough parents that volunteered. So we were pretty much always guaranteed a shot at it. Yeah, that's her big things is space and ocean. And she's looking into quantum physics right now. I don't know how that got tossed into the mix, but it's there, whatever. My son, he has it zeroed in as much as she has on things. And I mean, it could work out and she'd become something completely opposite to any of that. But she's been pretty strong on those areas, particularly marine biology. She's been on that since she was like 2. And so, who knows what'll happen. But my son, he's a little more undecided and trying to figure it out. And I'm like, that's fine. You don't have to know. But he's all about being one of the things on his list is being a traveling food critic. To travel around and get to experience the world, tasting all kinds of foods, and having a television show that follows him around to do it, basically. That's on his list of go-tos right now for his future. Which is kind of weird because he's not a super picky or complicated eater, but he is the picky eater of the house for sure. So slightly funny that would be something on his list. Also, what else? He also has like Treasure Hunter. If y'all have ever seen something like, there's a show called Josh Gates Expedition Unknown or something or other, and the kids love watching that show. But there's that kind of stuff, that history and archaeology type knowledge, traveling around with a TV show of his own, of course. It's always got to have a TV show. He must be my little superstar, I guess. But so yeah, a treasure hunter of sorts. And an engineer. An engineer of some type is on his list. He loves ships, and he's fascinated with the Titanic story, to study that and try to come up with the unsinkable ship. He's got all kinds of possibilities on his list. And that's the kind of TV we watch when we watch TV. They have certain YouTube privileges that they watch on TV. Oops. One of which is the ant channels. There's a couple ant channels that my son is subscribed to on my account. I don't get it, but he's obsessed with ants. But besides that, it's a lot of Travel Channel, History Channel, National Geographic, Science channels. If the TV is on in my house with me and my kids, then it's on something like that. My hubby's the TV guy. There's days that the TV never even gets turned on unless I'm turning it on for the birds. My husband watches all kinds of shows, but now we do got our eye out because we know Shark Week is starting relatively soon. We have to watch Shark Week. That's a must in my house. Although my daughter has complaints, I told her to write the channel. She thought I was crazy. I'm like, no, I'm dead serious. Write them and tell them your opinion. Let them know what your thoughts are and give them your feedback. She feels like every year, the different shows that come on for Shark Week are just repeating the same information from the year before. And she wants it to be more variety, and she wants more information, and she wants more, show more of like the lab work side of things. And, these crews are going out there and they're tagging sharks and they're taking these samples and doing this research and that research. And she wants to know more about that aspect of it all too. Just not what celebrity is going to swim with the sharks this year. And I told her, yeah, I said, write the channel and tell them. She didn't. Maybe I'll get her to one day. A Sharknado. I've seen a couple of them. I guess they're funny. I don't. They're okay. My biggest problem with the Sharknadoes are the main guy, that Ian whatever. He's from Beverly Hills 90210, and so the whole time I'm watching the show, the movie, I'm thinking of Steve from 90210, and that's all I can think about. I'm like, that's who he is. He'll never be anybody else in my mind but Steve. So it just throws everything off. I'm like, it's the 90210 guy in a Sharknado. I can't help it. I cannot see him not as that character. Or we've watched so many shark movies. I think we've seen them all. Even the real low budget, cheesy ones, we've seen them all. It feels like. Ooh, have y'all seen that one shark movie? What is that? Oh man, something meters below. How many meters was it? Oh, that's gonna aggravate me. That the Meg, we took them to the movie theater to see that one. Of course, my daughter loved that. It was, I mean, it was a good movie, but it was the best thing ever for her. But the one shark movie, I can't think of its name, so many meters below, they were a bunch of teenagers and they went scuba diving somewhere they shouldn't have been scuba diving, and he's like cave, lost sunken city thingamabobber, and whew, boy, that one bothered me. And what bothered me was the ideal of being trapped underwater with all of this stuff going on that was going on in the movie. Which I have no problem with water. I have no problem with swimming. I have no problem with caves. I'm not a claustrophobic person. But scuba diving in a cave man-made or not, bothers me. Obviously, I've never done it. I'm never going to do it. But the idea of doing it really bothers me. Is that the one where they're scuba diving and the scuba diving tour boat took off without them, Angie? Because if it is, that's a true story, also, which makes it worse. But it's a true story. If that's the one you're talking about, Angie. Skin or outfit? We'll do the outfit or her skin first. I've been playing around with skin combos. So I'm trying something different now. Sort of. That's crazy. Them that and I don't know what come of it, but I'd like to think that tour group, that tour boat company, lost their license to do that and can't do tours no more because that's kind of huge. You should be able to know like how hard is a head count. You better know your people's on board. That would be a horrible thing. Think everything's fine and you come up and nobody's there. I used to be into when I was a kid, I was all about the Bermuda Triangle stories. I can remember being little, talking about it to people and saying, that I want to find out where all that stuff went, all those planes and all those boats and ships and things. I want to know, like they went somewhere, and I want to know where. So that was a big thing. I feel like the Bermuda Triangle was talked about more when I was a child growing up than what I hear of it nowadays. Maybe that's just me. Yeah, I just paid attention to it more when I was a kid or something. I don't know. I'll have to have my son look into that, Joe. He that's like so up his alley. Mysterious disappearance, an actual ship, plus World War II. Oh man, he'll be in heaven looking up that information. I'm sorry. Using them. See, I've done prismas and polys, and now on her skin, I'm doing Pablo's, Lumis, and one Holbein. I don't have the Holbein set, but I have like 22 into singles. So they're my someday pencil. When I color, I mostly do that a lot though. I just use whatever pencils I want to, and I use a mix of brands pretty much on every picture. Um, I'm not worried about mixing them up. Then it's going to be harder to fit all the same layers on her. What are you swatching, Angie? I think I'm going to skip that one. Another flesh tone Lumi. I'm going to skip it. And this one is the Holbein Sand. Oh, wow. Are you liking them, Angie? I know I bumped the Lyras and the Erogitins. They got bumped to my official wish list. I've been on the fence about them for a while, and then I got shoved off the fence. So it happens. You'd think a smaller, simpler page like this, I'd be able to be almost done by now. Fly right through it. But nope. Angie, did your trip to see your brother and Tammy get postponed, or are you still on track? Hmm. Well, I'm excited for you to finally get to be there. I know you've been wanting to for a while. And I want you and Tammy to do a stream together. Joe. Now, is Evelyn coming at about the same time, or is her trip a separate thing? Or was y'all trying to time it all out together? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not that good with color specifics. It's interesting though. I love the Coleridge Wild books. I finally have them all, and I'm hoping for more. Maybe a bigger book too. That new Helly Horton, is it Horton? Am I saying her name right? Yeah. Kelly Horton, bleh, bleh. Um, she kind of reminds me of like a mix between Jasmine Beckett Griffith girls and Hannah Lynn girls, somewhere a mixture of those type style. big eyes and all that. I want to get some more of that Rian art, some more of her books. I feel like she should have green eyes too. See, that's why you have to have all the different sets, Joe, because of all the different tones. Oh, it's a glaze. I don't want the glaze yet. Just want white. I know y'all probably can't see because mine have big old hands in the way. I just put some dots. Another thing I wish I would have got, but I'll get it, is the black diamond stickles and the black liquid pearls. I was like, ooh, why didn't I snatch those up? Because I like glitter and stickles, and I think I will use the black stickles a lot, honestly. I'll be having critters that's got black pupils sparkling and glittering. But I think Get on her dress a little bit. I'm going to do some of her dress and her boots, and then call it a night. Still haven't made my mind up about what color hair she's going to have. I think, I don't know. Well, I said I was going to do like a different color, but there's a lot of flowers, so I don't know. I might stick to a standard hair color. How long would it take you to get from where you are, Angie, to Tammy? I think I looked in it once, and when my daughter first started talking about the stuff, how long it takes to get to Australia, because like she could possibly work there if she does what she wants. And I think it was a 28-hour airplane ride from where I'm at to Australia. And I don't even remember where specifically in Australia. It was just a generic lookup that I did. It's not horrible. I mean, we drive a little over 5 hours one way to get to the area of Tennessee my father in law and mother in law down there are. It was an 18-hour drive to get from us to Florida. That goes by pretty fast. But I thought when I looked it up and it told me 28-hour flight, I was like, whoo, okay. That's like a whole day on an airplane. I'm thinking, wow. But okay. That's the work she does, and that's where she ends up working. I will do it. That's the only scary part. I want my kids to discover the world and travel and see things and experience things. But thinking about her living somewhere that far away is hard too, to like, if something happens, how long is it going to take me to get to her, kind of thing. That's like one of the scariest parts about it for me. My mom and my grandma were bad about that, Joe. If it was further than 5 minutes from the house, they thought it was long distance. And I'm like, what? See, Marilyn, when we drive there to Florida, that is, I feel like it's quickest once we hit Florida, but it's Georgia. Getting through Georgia, it seems like it's humongous, and it feels like the biggest part of our trip is spent getting through that state. And that's one thing I got lucky with road trips. The kids are really good. There's no real complaining or that every 5 minutes are we there yet? How much longer? Nope. They know they're in for it and they just hunker down and take it. I feel like I had some shoes like this. My mom, she made me an elf, like a Santa's helper elf kind of elf costume. And she made me these little felt green booties with bells on them. And that's what these remind me of. And I had to wear that outfit to school. And I don't know, I want to say I was like, gosh, fifth or sixth grade, I guess, for this. But I had to wear them to school because I was passing out um, cookies and Christmas cookies and candy canes to all the other classes because my mom thought it was a fabulous idea. She was one of those room mothers and she was always involved and every class party, every holiday, she was doing all the cake baking and whatnot and for the class and always had stuff and she'd always want me to dress up and be her assistant and I'm like, oh, jeez. I did not want to do that stuff. And it was not fun, dressed up like an elf with bells all over myself, walking through the halls of my school. Giving out treats. I mean, everybody else loved it. Yay! Candy, food. Oh, wow, Aspie. 2 hour commute for work every day. Is that one way or both ways? Man, that's a lot. I know some people around me do it. Um, couple few that's close to like a 2 hour commute for work. Most of them, I know a bunch that are over an hour um, commute for work. That's just, wow, that's a lot. I mean, my husband, he's 40, about 40 minutes commute one way. We complain about that. Well, we've barked about it, but I don't want to really say we complain about it. Don't complain about too much. Try not to. We're blessed and fortunate. He has a job, has a good job, has a job that he likes on top of it. So cannot complain. But it'd be nice if it was like 5 minutes away. But 40 minutes isn't horrible, so. Yeah, who's counting, Marilyn? No need to keep track. Now, when I worked, I didn't keep track of minutes. I kept track of songs. It was like I knew how many songs I could get through before I was there. Oh, you have a good one, Tammy. Good luck with the shoe hunt. Me, I always find shoes I like and not my size, so. Okay, so now she got some clothes, sorta. These little extra little leafy bits I'm going to do in a darker green a little bit. But yeah, so this is how far I've gotten on this page. I'll try to bring her up a little more. I didn't feel like I could bring my arm, the camera on down more. Because I felt like it was going to bust it off. And that would not have been good. So this is where we are. Do I have my bug? And a good chunk of my girl done. Come all the way back up. Up yonder. So yeah. So I'm going to be working on her some more. I will probably, I don't know. I might pick her back up Saturday night. Or I might start a whole new complete picture. I don't know. So we have that. I might actually Saturday, I might start a picture for Christmas in July. And then I've got my picture started. And here I'll show y'all. Don't mind. This is my start of this picture. Got her going on. So I got to get back in on it. And then tonight, probably here shortly, I am going to put up a flip through video of this book, The Darling Collection, Portraits by Kelly Horton. So I'm going to show this one tonight. And then I'm going to do a Sherry Baldy flip through. I did one recently on the new fall book that I got of hers, but I want to get, I have 3 other books of hers. And so I think I'm going to do one video flipping all of them because I think they're pretty quick flips. There's double images in each book, so I don't have to do the whole book. So yeah, definitely check those videos out. And if you haven't seen yet, I have the fireworks from our Saturday night 4th of July celebration is also posted on the channel if you're interested in like fireworks. I had a lot of people that wanted to see it that were there, and a couple other requests to see it. So that's why I posted it on the channel. And I thought, oh, well, it doesn't matter. It's my channel. So there's fireworks if you're interested. So I want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out. And I'm sure I will see you around in other streams throughout the rest of the week. And I plan on being back next Saturday at 7:30 to do some more if y'all want to come hang out with me some more. And so until next time, everybody, y'all take care. Again, thank you so much for coming and hanging out. I will see you around. Later, y'all.